Hey, right guys, Drapey Reacts here, and today we are watching and reacting to episode 1 of Gilmore Girls Season 7, which is, unfortunately for us, the final season of Gilmore Girls. Oh my god, I can't believe it's actually coming to an end. Obviously, we have the spin-off. It's not really a spin-off, I guess it's just a continuation, but many years down the line. A Year in the Life, I believe it's called, that we will do. I'll probably take, like I say, a month, maybe a couple of weeks away from Gilmore Girls once we finish it, and then we'll do that. But we don't have to worry about that for 22 weeks or whatever, so we still have quite a few episodes to go. It's just weird that we're on the final season. And it feels like we've been doing it for so long. So I never really upped this show to 2 a week. We've had the odd week where we've done 2 episodes, but yeah, for the most part, we've done 1 a week for this show, and I've really enjoyed it. I think season 6 was clearly the weakest season that we've had so far, and based on people's reactions to season 7, this might even be weaker than that, which would be really unfortunate to have the final season be the weakest season. Like, I'd rather it be like season 5 or 6 is the weakest and season 7 kind of ends strong, but doesn't seem like that's going to be the case. But who knows? I might go into the season and absolutely love it. Who knows? So yeah, before we jump into the episode, we do have a quick Q&A to go through. I completely forgot to put it up, so we only have a few questions to get through because I only put it up about 16 hours ago or something like that. And then we'll do the tier list. I'll probably do a tier list and Q&A at the start of, maybe not Q&A, but we'll do a tier list at the start of A Day in the Life as well. So this won't be the final tier list that we'll do, because typically it would be. But yeah, for now, we'll just jump into the Q&A, see what you guys want to know about Gilmore Girls. Let's do this. Right, question 1 from Lindsay. If my memory serves me correctly, from around 2006, this season was intentionally left in a clusterfudge from Amy, which is the showrunner. So the new show writer of season 7 had a mess on their hands. Oh, okay. Wait, so what? So in 2006, this season intentionally was like, well, Amy just kind of up and left. I did read, I think someone mentioned that they swapped showrunners for this final season, which is why. I don't know why that happened. If anyone has any information on that one, let me know, because I don't know. Did she know she was leaving the final season, and why would she do that? I feel like if it's your show, you'd kind of want to be there for the final season, but I don't know. So the writer of season 7 had a mess on their hands. What do you think will happen to Lorelai and Luke now that she's cheated on him? I mean, it's going to just be drama between them two for a while. Like, I'm going in with the mindset that this is meant to be the weakest season, so I just think Luke and Lorelai are just gonna butt heads for most of the season, and then maybe in like the finale or something they reconcile, which would be... Yay. It's gonna be one of those like underwhelming things that every TV show does, where they just have to drag out the main couple right until the last episode, which no one asks for. But you could, even if they were left with a mess on their hands, they could undo it all, and I think everything that's happened in season 6, you could have it all resolved really in like 3 eps, I think, and then just go. But they're not going to do that, of course. So, yeah. Cassandra asks, if you could have a character from another show you're watching go to Stars Hollow, who would it be, and what would they get into? I think Marshall from How I Met Your Mother would fit in pretty well. And then Emily replied, Klaus Michaels. Probably John Taylor in the fountain. Klaus in Stars Hollow, or like Damon, or just anyone from the Vampires, really. Apart from Matt. Can you imagine Matt in Stars Hollow? There's dual crossover known to man. Gilmore Girls crossovered with the Vampire Diaries, and it's Matt Donovan as your character. Klaus will be funny. Everyone will be dead within about 24 hours, but it will be kind of funny. Marshall would be cool. My mind went to Friends. I feel like if you just got all the friends to go to like Luke's, would be kind of fun. I don't know how they'd really last because it's not their calf, but yeah, get all the friends going to Stars Hollow. What else do we react to? Grey's Anatomy. I don't really care. Anyone, Lexi could pop up. That would be kind of cool. But again, they're just like normal human. I actually love the answer of Klaus, because it's someone who's not just like a normal human kind of waltzing in. And Stars Hollow is just like the happiest place ever for the most part. What if Sam from Supernatural showed up? Is Sam the one who Dean plays? How would that work out? Because it would have to just be his twin. I'm trying to think anyone else in Gilmore Girls who's... Oh, I guess the guys in True Blood, Zach, but even from True Blood is just Zach. But if I rewatch True Blood, which I do from time to time, I'm just going to see him as old as Zach because he basically is just Zach. That character is, which is unfortunate. But yeah, I don't think there's any other characters who are like in other TV shows that I've watched. I know like Rory is in The Handmaid's Tale. Oh, Jess. Yeah, what if Jack from This Is Us showed up? Because it would be Jess but older. So that would kind of mess everyone's head up a little bit. Like, oh my god, you've aged 10 years. What happened? What else? What else were we reacting to? What else do we have? What else do we have? I need to do my year in review on this. Squid Game. Everyone gets kidnapped and put into the Squid Games. Dawson from Dawson's Creek. Be kind of fun. Verify you're a human. I am indeed a human. Let me in. Thank you. Succession. Oh yeah, Logan. Oh yeah, Roman from Succession would be kind of fun. Why have they changed this? No, I just want to go to the. They've got rid of. Oh, all my shows are up here now. Okay, cool. Yeah, get Walter White in there, and I'll be happy. Get Walter White and Stars Hollow. Everyone will be happy. Yasmin asks, you mentioned that you noticed they were building up to the Christmas storyline throughout season 6. How surprised were you about what actually happened in the end? Yeah, I didn't know they were building up to. Well, I knew they were building up to try to get us to like Christopher, and then the more the season went on, I was like, I feel they started to like flirt a little bit more. I was like, okay. I thought you were trying to build up to get Christopher involved in the show again, not to try to get Lorelai and him kind of going back to where they were. Because I just thought in my head, like, that's a stupid idea. Nobody wants that. And then I think within like the last 5 episodes, I think that became very obvious that's what they were trying to do. So I wouldn't say I was like super surprised, but also just kind of like the audacity, like really going into a final season, we're really doing this. I mean, we've had the rant about it at this point, but yeah, sucks. Absolutely sucks. So I won't say I was super surprised though. And also asks, how do you feel about the change in showrunners? Does it make you apprehensive or hopeful, especially given where we left off? Apprehensive. I would just be straight up. I'm not like extremely hopeful going into this season. If this is a good season, I'll be happy. Because again, even season 6, even though it was the weakest season of the lot, still had good moments in there. So if we can just get some good moments going on in there, I think we'll be okay. But I'm not going in with the highest expectations with this season, which I think is the way to do it. And like maybe I'll come out of season 7 being pleasantly surprised, but we'll see. It's doubtful. I'll go Michaelina and tell me I'm wrong straight away, because everyone does. I'll get everyone's name wrong. Who do you hope to see the least of in season 7? Christopher, Jackson, or Zach? How might you feel if one of them or all of them has significant story? Oh my god. Imagine, maybe that's why this is the weakest season, is because all 3 of them have significant storylines. Well, do like Zach and Lane's married life, which no one cares about. Jackson having sex with vegetables and talking, no one cares about. And Christopher's romance with Lorelai now, which nobody cares about. So I'd like to see the least of Christopher. We'll do the tier list, but I think the one if I had to pick one that I'd want the most of out of those 3, which isn't what you've asked, but Zach. All 3 are so dull. Being Chris, forgive me, I just can't even. Like, Jackson and Zach have been there throughout the. Well, Zach hasn't really, but Jackson's been there throughout the show at least. Is that a positive? Not really. Christopher kind of has as well, but he's just dipped in and out. Zach's the newcomer out of them, but he's not. Is he not as annoying as Christopher? I mean, at least he's not like ruining any romances. it's a positive. Ellie asks, do you think that Lorelai and Luke still would have had problems if Lorelai had actually told Luke she was unhappy? And we'll get to it. So do you think that Lorelai and Luke still would have had problems? They definitely would have had problems still, but I just felt like we left it way too late, and I don't think communication was strong between them both at all. So if they just communicated things earlier, and again, Lorelai did not have to communicate that and then goes, even if they did break up, let's say they did break up, because it wasn't very clear, but apparently they definitely broke up there. Why would you still go then to sleep with Christopher on the same day? that feels one like out of character for Lorelai, and it makes you also a shitty person. If you'd been with Luke for like a couple of weeks, then sure, I guess, but like you'd been with Luke and been friends for years. Like, I don't know, that's disrespectful, bro. Go and sleep with Chris for straight after just sucks. So I'm very curious how she explains this one. Like I said, it did put me off Lorelai quite a bit, to be honest. It was probably her roughest character choice that she's done. One of the roughest choices. Also, do you think it would have been better for the dropping out of Yale storyline if we actually saw Rory thinking about her future? That's true. We never really saw her like, what's my plan here? Is just she's just turning into another Emily. That's when Richard started to get like really protective and salty about it when he realised she wasn't actually doing anything. So yeah, if she was like planning out a future a bit more, I think that would have been interesting. But God, I forgot that was in the same. I didn't forget it was in the same season. It just feels like it was the first half, then the second half was Luke and Lorelai, basically their problems. Wisco Queen. What is that, like Costco but not? Maybe. I think both Rory stealing the boat and Lorelai sleeping with Chris are out of character. Do you agreed? I think the Lorelai more so. Rory stealing the boat, I think that's, you could chalk that up to wanting to be spontaneous. And she's with Logan and he's a very spontaneous guy and maybe she just was caught in the moment. Like, I don't think that's like, yeah, okay, maybe it's out of character, but I don't think it's like, oh, it puts me off Rory or anything. So again, still confused why people just don't like Rory so much. But the Lorelai thing was definitely out of character. That was just poor writing, really bad writing. I think you also know that communication seems to be the biggest issue for both, maybe all three Gilmore girls. I guess that's the point. Otherwise, if they were good at communicating, would it be as entertaining of a show? Yeah, but we're going into the last season. I think my one thing with Gilmore Girls is I wish there was a bit more like actual character development with some of these characters. Like, let's say all three of them are terrible at communicating for the first 4 seasons, but then you start to actually build on that a bit more and they get better. Like, my main thing was with Emily. Like, I really wanted that with Emily's character and just never got it. And I don't think we're going to ever get that. I think she's just going to stay the same. But, like, I remember saying very early on in the show, like, I want that moment with Emily where she, like, realizes, like, she can be the problem and she does learn to communicate, and then like the last couple of seasons she's actually really great at communicating. It still has her Emily ways, don't get me wrong, but I was kind of hoping for that and it just never really happened. And then Lorelai apparently just can't communicate the entire season. Again, not putting all the blame on her, like Luke definitely was messing up as well, but and then Rory, yeah, also can't really communicate too well. So like, I wouldn't mind so much if we weren't in the last season now and they're still kind of doing the same thing. Actually, even worse for some with Lorelai, for example, even worse than she kind of used to be. So we've backtracked in some way. So yeah, it is a bit infuriating. Emily asks, what do you think the endgame ships are? Do you think anyone will end up alone? I mean, Lorelai and Luke have to end up together. I want to say it's Logan and Rory are going to end up together. It's not going to be Dean. Like, the other one would be Jess, but I don't know. I just feel like it's going to be Logan, and I wouldn't hate that. Like, I'm not like up in arms about it. I would prefer Jess, I think, in the long run, but you'd have to get Jess back in the show very early in season 7. I just don't think that's going to happen. So I think, yeah, that. Jackson and Suki, but they both end up alone at the end of the show. That would be something. Zach and Lane, I mean, they're married now, so they're probably going to end up together at this point. So I think Jess will end up alone. Unless he meets someone, but yeah, I don't know. Who could end up alone? Kirk and Lola. Everyone's favourite relationship. I don't know. It'd just be like random side characters like Zach's mate. He might end up alone, but in terms of the main characters, Richard and Emily will be fine. Obviously, we've had their whole drama thing anyway. Yeah, I'm trying to think. If anyone was going to end up alone, it might be like Zach and Lane would be the one I'd go for, but I don't see it being with like Rory, Logan. I don't think Rory's going to end up alone. Maybe. You know what? Actually, Rory could end the show being single, because I think like a lot of the show, this could be like good writing. Like, a lot of the show has been Rory trying to get into a relationship with someone. So maybe at the end of the show she just decides she needs to be single, and that's kind of like for a while, for a little bit, and she's never really kind of done that. So I think that would be interesting. Paris might end up alone as well. Yeah. So Lorelai and Luca could probably get end up together, but Rory could potentially end up alone. Not alone, just single. We'll say single. Like alone sounds a bit like depressing. How do you hope the series will continue? What are your expectations for the revival? So I don't know how many years ahead the revival is. I think it aired in 2015 or 2016. So what's that, like 10 years after the show ended? So we'll say it's 10 years later. Like I'd assume like at that point Luke and Lorelai are married. If they don't have a wedding in this season, they'll end up married. Maybe she'll have another kid. That would be kind of cool. Like Luke and Lorelai have their own kid who's like 8 years old or something. I would like that, and like we can see Rory being a sister to someone. Again, I know it's only 4 episodes, so it's not super long, but I think they're like an hour each, so they're quite lengthy. I do know that in between that time, no one spoiled this for me, but I just kind of know this, that the actor who plays Richard passed away. I could be wrong, but I think he passed away in between that time. So then I've like Richard as a character has passed away, which would be sad, but they might have filmed it before he passed away. I'm not sure. I don't want to search it, but I'm pretty sure he passed away before they filmed it. So that would be a part of it. Like Emily being single and dealing, like everyone kind of dealing with that as well. So, and get Jess in there. If Jess is in the revival as well, I'll be happy because he'll kind of look like Jack at that point. Hope asks, who do you think Rory and Lorelai will end up with at the end of the series? Kind of mentioned that. And do you still plan to watch the limited series? Yeah, a lot of people have said kind of don't bother with it because it will like ruin the show for you or something like that. But I feel like I wouldn't have completed Gilmore Girls unless I do that. So I'm going to do the limited series. It just won't be instantly after, but yeah, we'll do that. Just a couple more to go through, but Jessica asks, I'd love you to play the part of the new showrunner. I think it's pretty well known that season 7 would likely be the last season. Given where season 6 leaves off, what story arc would you, as the showrunner, put into place? Oh, considering where it left off, I mean, I'd kind of be repeat myself because we kind of went over what I'd want to happen. But how do you unravel? You just have to do like Lorelai groveling and realizing she's messed up for the first 3 episodes, like really realizing she messed up with Christopher. Because if I was a showrunner, that wouldn't have happened anyway. So you'd have to undo that very quickly. Like you can't pretend it didn't happen. So yeah, she's groveling to Luke for 3 eps. He's salty. They go both beat up Christopher and throw him out a window. Literally, it becomes like a murder mystery of who killed Christopher. That's what I'd do for season 7. And then the reveal at the end of the season of who actually killed him. Who killed Christopher at the end? His own kid. Because the kid, I don't know the kid's name, we know causes some destruction. So the kid maybe kills Christopher. Or Babette. Because even Babette's had enough of his shit. One or the other. But no, we'll have Lorelai grovel. Then her and Luke figure things out by ep 5. They're back on track. Then he just commits, said I was being a fool, blah, blah, blah. I didn't realise these were the extremes you'd go to. It's a bit like manipulative, isn't it? But so maybe it's not like the most healthy way to propose. But however they do it, they get the proposal back on track, and the wedding is by the mid-season finale. So halfway through the season, you've had the wedding, and then by the end of, again, repeat myself, but by the end of season 7, Lorelai finds out she's pregnant, and it's Luke's kid. And I guess maybe like in the actual final episode, you maybe no, because if you're going to do a revival time skip anyway, so yeah, you find out she's pregnant. We don't need to see like her giving birth or any of that stuff. We've seen a billion giving birth scenes, so we don't need that. But she finds out she's pregnant in like the penultimate episode, or and then the finale is her telling Luke and all that stuff. So yeah, that could be kind of cute. And then Rory, let's just say I personally would prefer Jess. Logan would be fine, but let's say her and Logan, like he's in London, they try to make it work. It doesn't really work. So by Ep 10, they've kind of called it quits, and then Jess comes in the mid-season finale, and then the rest of season 7 for 10 eps is them working on their relationship, and he's actually, as we've seen, has actually developed as a character. So I feel like they can kind of match each other's energy a bit better than when he was originally in the show. So those two work things out. Boom. No proposal or anything. I mean, what could be like the big ending for Jess and... Maybe they both move to New York. That could be like their thing, because they've been to New York together. So the big thing is Rory is leaving Stars Hollow with Jess to go to New York. Boom. That's them done. What other character, like Lane is with Zach? I wouldn't break those two up as much as, like, you know, in my like fan fiction had it be like Dave comes back and shit, but that just would be stupid. So her and Zach are together. Yeah, that's really all I can do. What about Luke's kid? Like, yeah, I guess Luke's kid, like, it would have to stick around so the kid gets closer to Lorelai. But you don't need that many scenes with them, I guess. Like, you could have the kid pop in every now and again, but it doesn't need to be some like big thing. That's really like like Suki and Jackson. It's just, what do you even do with those two at this point? I don't really know. They bimble around. Everyone bimbles around Stars Hollow. Yeah, but in terms of the main characters, we kind of got that bit down. So that's what I do. Like I say, nothing super exciting, to be honest, and I don't think you need that. It's Gilmore girl. Oh, Emily. Oh yeah, and in my head, Emily has that big realization moment, but that should have happened. Again, if I was the showrunner, that would have happened in season 5, not season 7. It's not going to happen now either. So, but it would be cool. Like, Emily just, oh, you know what? Maybe I'm not this perfect human that I think I am. Even though I don't think she even thinks that. I think she just likes to betray that. But whatever. Hazel asks, what do you think is the best and worst direction they could take the stuff? The best is what I just said. Like I say, nothing even that exciting. It's very simple TV stuff, marriage, pregnancy, but it's Gilmore Girls. You kind of want that. It's not like we're watching Breaking Bad, and that's like, if they did that at the end of Breaking Bad, you'd be like, what was the point in that? So the worst, what, she ends up with Christopher would be the worst thing they could do. Like, she ends up with Christopher, pregnant with his next spawn, and then Rory. It's just like we have 22 episodes. Like, if it's just like Lorelai and Christopher for 22 eps or 21 eps, and then she leaves him in ep 21 and goes to Luke in the last snoozles woozles. That's 21 eps we got to get through. Yeah, so that would be the worst thing they could do. And then Rory's would just be if they're like, it's like her and Logan going back and forth. I feel like that would just get like boring after a bit. Like, oh, we can't. You're in London. It can't work. Blah blah. Like, that's going to be what it will be for a little bit. But if that just keep going and going, that'd get dry. Like, Rory needs to end as well with the season, like with a big career opportunity, I think. So we're linking into me as showrunner, the New York career opportunity. Boom. New York's apparently where dreams happen. So there you go. She gets a big opportunity, moves there with Jess. That's like the big thing. Yeah, and then gives lots of Jackson and Zach. Give us lots of Zach and Jackson and Christopher, and that's the worst direction they could take. Twyla asks, not a question, just a comment in case you haven't mentioned it already. The original show creators Amy and Dan left after season 6 and did not work on season 7. Instead of directed by David. Just some kind of context going into the final season. Okay. If anyone knows why that is, I'm very curious why Amy and Dan left. Are they married? Amy and Dan, I feel like they've got the same last name, so I'm assuming they are married. Maybe they're brother and sister, who knows? But yeah, I don't know why they'd leave for their final season, just like finish off the show. Maybe they really did not know what to do. But yeah, that is the Q&A. Thank you to everyone who asked a question. We might do another one for like before we do the revival thing, but we'll see. As for now, we'll do the tier list and see where everyone ranks. All right, I think I have 17 characters here. We have best of the best, incredible, really good, good, mad, trash. Couldn't get fancy with the names. I just can't be bothered. Done so many of these tier lists at this point. Should we do the... I'll not close my eyes and pick. Let's just go with... Again, some of these characters are going to be... I'm just saying the same thing. Like Michelle, consistently, really good. Nothing amazing ever with his character. He's funny. I like him. He never really annoys me that much. I feel like he could be a character that annoys you, but he never really does, and has stayed consistently good throughout the show. Kirk, we'll put incredible. He was best of the best, but I feel like he's not really been involved as much. And I think he's definitely had funnier moments in previous seasons. So still an incredible character. I love him, of course. But yeah, he just hasn't... I feel like his scenes in season 6 haven't been as iconic as, you know, a film by Kirk and stuff like that. I mean, literally iconic now because it's like this huge TikTok audio, which is kind of been and gone now. But Lane... I'd say Lane overall would be incredible, but I think for this season we'll say really good. Really good. Her whole story has just been with Zach. But I can't put down Lane. Like, Lane as a character is still pretty good. I do still really like a character. So, yeah, again, kind of like all these characters has had way better seasons previously. But I can't put down her. I mean, she chose to marry him, so I kind of can. But Sherilyn, nah. I don't think she's like awful or anything, but come on, she's a bit bland. I didn't fully understand her logic. I did a little bit when it came to not wanting to get Lorelai involved with the kid or whatever, but so, like I said, I don't think she's like an awful person or anything, but yeah, just a little bit meh, to be honest. And if she's like got a huge part in this season as well, that'd be very unfortunate. Oh God, who do we go to now? Luke's kid, I forgot the name. Honestly, could have been way more annoying than she was. I'll go good. She's like a good character. The storyline should not exist, but considering the storyline does exist, they could have done way worse with the character. She could have been way more annoying or mardy or just angry or pissed off at Laura. Just, you know, any of those traits could have been part of a character, and they just made her pretty chill for the most part. So we'll say a good character. You should not exist as a character or a storyline, but you do, and it could have been a lot worse, I guess. So we'll put you in good. Let's go... Again, I've missed out some characters here because there's just so many, but some just pop in for like half a second. Like Taylor, you know where Taylor's going. Jess, he only had two episodes this season. I'd say really good. Like I say, wasn't in it enough for me to kind of pump him up there a little bit, but considering the 2 eps he was in, like one ep was him basically telling Rory how it is, and the second one was actually seeing his character development, and he's written a book, and he kind of had that kiss with Rory, but he didn't know she was still with Thingy, of course, so I can't blame him for that one. Yeah, I think he's a really good character. I like this version of Jess, and I just wish he was like involved more at this point, and maybe they'll do that in season 7, but I just, again, considering what people say about season 7, I just don't think that's going to be the case. God, look at this trio of heroes right here. Shall we just do it? Trash, trash, trash. You're bottom trash though, you're middle trash, you're top trash. Yeah, the 3 trashies. That'll be their band name. Garbage. Nothing really positive to say. Like, Zach, I can say, has had positive moments in previous seasons, but season 6, no. The best thing to say about Christopher is in season 1. From season 3 onwards, there's nothing really positive to say about Christopher, and for some reason this season they decided, let's give him a recurring role and get him involved again. And then I can't think of one scene where I've like really liked Jackson's character. I can't lie to you guys. Oh, was it when he went against Taylor? There was a whole episode about that. That wasn't season 6, so that was like season 5, I think. But again, that's only because you're going against Taylor. That's like if Jackson and Christopher were to have a fight, you would root for Jackson. But he's still trash. Suki. Honestly, people are going to hate this. I'm putting her in meh. I just... What has she done in season 6? Every time she's on screen, I'm just like, it's Suki. I know people love her, and don't get me wrong, she's had previous seasons where she has been good. She has had good episodes. I don't think she's awful, but she's such a... For like Lorelai's best friend, I feel like we should have such an amazing character, and it's like... We have Suki. Okay. Sorry, let me just do something. Add a row below. Trash stuff. There we go. Okay, sorry, that was bugging me. Richard, good. I'd say like he does have some good scenes. I like that. I tried to actually a bit too late, but tried to get Rory back on track a little bit. And he's a good actor. Acts his scenes well. And I like the big family argument that they had. So they did have some fun scenes with Richard, but still, just like nothing really incredible going on with them. To be fair, Paris, I'd say really good, probably at the top. Kind of down a little bit because of that fallout she had where she booted Rory out. I think that was a bit like, come on, are we still doing this? I know like it's Paris being Paris, but there comes a point where it gets just a bit annoying. And she did have a couple of those moments in this season, but I still do really love her. She does make me laugh, so yeah, she can go there. Logan, Logan, I'll say good. I'll put him at the top of good. He's a good character. Again, he did have some really great episodes this season, season 6. The one where his dad was, or went away to like his little holiday home. I think he's good in that. But yeah, I don't know. I'm just never like blown away by Logan's character. He's just like he's a good love interest. He's fine. Emily, God, it's so annoying because she should just be in best of the best. She really should. I'll spoiler alert. No one is going in best of the best this time around. No one. Emily, I'll put her in I can't put her in incredible. We'll put her in really good. Probably below Paris though. Yeah. Not the first half. She was kind of just with Rory and not talking to Lorelai, and then they were talking again, and they all made up. And then she never really stepped out of line for the second half of the season, I guess. But well, she did because it's still Emily being Emily. But yeah, and she's still funny. She just has a funny moments. I wish we had that character development a little bit with her. We never got it, and we never will. Maybe in The Secret Life, but again, I highly doubt that. Luke, again, should be an incredible, but communication skills were very poor this time around. So, I'm honestly only feeling good with him. Yeah, not even really good. I think he was like good this season, and I think he, I liked that he was trying to be a dad, and he didn't try to just pretend it wasn't a thing or anything like that. Like he did actually try, but when it came to Lorelai, yeah, he fumbled that one a little bit. So yeah, bad communication skills, and his logic was ridiculous. I'm sorry, can't marry you right now because I've got a kid. But also I'm going to put no attention into the relationship, and you can't meet her for 6 months. Okay, mate. Rory, she had some really great scenes, like especially the one where she kind of told Logan's dad how it was. Really like that for Rory. Her first half was a little bit rough, like dipping out of Yale. But again, I still don't hate her character. I think she's still pretty good. Yeah, maybe at the top of good. Top of good. Still, I think she's pretty much just been there the entire show. She's never been incredible. But she's never been like super far down either. And then Lorelai, again, should be an incredible. And she would have been if it wasn't for the finale. But the finale does exist. Out of character, bad writing, put me off for a little bit. So we're going to go down to really good. But of course, she can still be the top. I don't like that Kirk. We're going to do this. I don't like that Kirk's at the top. That just doesn't feel right above Lorelai. But yeah, no one was incredible this season. They had incredible moments, but overall, kind of where we're at with finishing the season, that is kind of how I'm feeling with everyone. Let's compare. How many have we done? Have we done tier lists for every season of Gilmore? Gilmore season 5. I think Lorelai was just right at the top because she didn't really do anything bad in season 5. Oh god, it's reset it. Don't. I hate when it does. It does this sometimes. It's probably, and then in like a week they'll go back to normal. Yeah, okay. Never mind. That picture of Dean. But I'm pretty sure it's just Lorelai right at the top. Oh my god. This guy. I need to go back to some of these other characters now. What was that, season 4? Gilmore Girls season 3. Gilmore Girls season 2. Did we do season 1? Oh my god, we did. We did every season of Gilmore Girls as had a tier list. That's cool. Season 3, who did we have here? Just the normies. Dave and Dean are the only two that don't exist now. Season 2. The same picture of Jackson. Yeah, they're pretty much all still there. Again, apart from Dean. And season 1. Oh my god. Oh yeah, this teacher. Oh yeah, she was pretty cool. The two side friends. Was that was the love interest for Luke, wasn't it? She was actually pretty cool. I wish she stuck around. Oh my god, Lucas. Yeah. Wow. God, look how young Rory looks. That Paris, yeah. Wow, God. And then I bet Lorelai was in like They Exist or something because that was ridiculous with Lorelai back in the day. But alright, anyway guys, that is the tier list. No, that's not the tier list. That's the tier list. Boom. Alright, let's jump into Ep 1, guys, of Season 7. Let's do this. I want to see if I can notice it's like a different showrunner. Just like visually and just like, not even with the writing. Already can notice because it started with a guitar and not a la-la. That's what it should have been doing. Oh my god, get your arm off her, mate. Get your furry arm off her. He definitely farts in the bed, by the way. And leaves skid marks in the toilet. Tell me I'm wrong.
Come back to bed.
No.
Oh.
Come on.
I gotta go home and feed him.
Well, let me make you breakfast first.
No.
Nope.
Come on, you're no good to Paul Anka if you collapse from hunger before you feed him.
She's no good with you. I don't know.
You sleep. I gotta get going.
Sleep
Sure?
Yeah.
forever
Okay, bye.
is an option. Oh, I thought like she was going to see Luke. I don't know why Luke would just be in the apartment, but I wonder if she tells him in Ep 1. She has to. She has to tell him. There you go. He's in there officially. I think you have to write how they die as well. But drowns in his own skid marks.
I heard about the fight between you and Luke.
You did?
The breakup, apparently.
Thing'll be fine. Every couple needs a good blowout once in a while. Keeps you on your toes.
Yeah, but...
He'll call. They always do.
La la. Okay, we got the la-las. We're good.
Do you want your kid to spend her life behind
The Paris Galileo Review.
She has such potential.
Well, so did Charles Manson.
What?
Look at her. Frankly, it may already be too late.
Points were made.
Frankly, sometimes stupid is easier. I can scare the stupid out of you, but the lazy runs deep.
So you'll take her on?
I will.
Wonderful. Mom! Caitlin, thank you, Paris. You won't be sorry.
People want the Paris approval.
Then what are you doing here?
I just came in to back up my files.
You already backed up your files. I saw you do it. Oh,
You
I
had
get
to
it. Logan's gone.
see what Logan's doing. Can she stalk him from here?
Paris, it's not like that. We're together.
So, you guys talked about it?
Yes. Well, no.
They are still together, though. Like, I missed if they broke up.
You're in limbo, sister. No man's land, quite literally. Logan is not that bright. You need to spell it out. He's gotta know where the red lines are. He's gonna leap right over them and into bed with multiple British floozies.
Luke's here. Yep.
Hey.
Do we tell him now or at the end of the episode, Lorelai?
Talk first.
Please, I really don't want to.
Lorelai, come on.
No, Luke, we did talk.
Is this where he like is ready to fully commit?
Sorry about yesterday, but you kind of ambushed me out of nowhere, and then you didn't give me a chance.
I gave you every chance. There is no us. There's
Oh
you
my
and there's
God.
me. It's over. It was over last night, and it's over now. It's over.
Lorelai.
No, I'm sorry. I have to go.
Just trying to make herself not feel as guilty about it. I'm gonna say cheating on him, but
You think you're so great, you think you're Miss La-di-da.
Ow!
But look at you now, all weak.
look at Michelle's stance, bro. He's got it down.
A little over the top.
Ah! My fingers are smashed!
How do you like them apples, Michelle?
I do not like these apples. You
Jackson would like those apples.
All those years of whisking has given me incredible forearm strength.
Is she
People
gonna
are
tell
always like,
Suki
"Why
first?"
take the time to hand whip
I slept with Christopher.
in the wrist, and man, I have super bionic, super powered.
I'll say it just so she stops. There we go.
Something's wrong, huh?
Yeah.
It's not spiders on the ceiling. I hate spiders. I was kind of hoping it was spiders.
Well, and what's worse than spiders?
Okay.
Luke and I are over.
Oh,
Over.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. It wasn't just a fight, Suki. It was him not fighting for me. I gave him an ultimatum.
yeah, and you gave him 3 seconds and then slept with Christopher. I can't put too much. Yeah, a whole mess.
I spent the night with Christopher last night.
Oh, okay, you did tell her that bit.
You spent the night with Christopher last night.
Yes, I love Luke, and yes, I wanted to marry Luke, but I didn't want a life separate from Luke, and that's all he could give me. I don't want that. If I'm gonna be with Luke, I want to be with Luke, and he...
Well, he came over to talk about it, didn't he?
She's throwing a honeymoon.
Jeez, how long's that thing gonna last?
It's only been a week.
Only 7 days seems like plenty of time to sit in some mountain cabin together and realize you've just changed yourself to another human being for all eternity.
He's so against marriage now.
Luke, I asked for these eggs scrambled and they're sunny side up.
Right,
There you go.
people keep coming back here though, I guess.
Your say so.
No, you can't do this. It's an invasion of privacy.
Something to fear, Luke?
You can't just take pictures of people for driving by the diner. There hasn't been an accident on that corner in 15 years.
And now we've made it safe for the next 15. Hooray!
I'm gonna fight you on this, Taylor.
Great, yeah.
The official unveiling ceremony later this afternoon.
Unveiling ceremony for a camera.
What are you doing here?
Well, I couldn't stay away. I just missed you too much.
Aren't you the sweetest? Isn't she the sweetest, Michelle?
He actually has a cast on his arm. Not a cast, but whatever's going on there.
Vent to me. I'm the perfect venter-riser.
Mom, I don't need a ventilator. I just don't want
I wonder what Rory would say about her sleeping with Christopher. Oh my god.
Oh, well, things with me are good.
to convince me.
I have to tell you, but I'm barely holding it together as it is. So if I tell you, we promise not to make me discuss it.
You're actually gonna tell her.
Luke and I split up.
What do you mean? Like, you got into a
And?
fight?
No, Luke, we had a breakup, like a real-life parting of the hearts.
Why? What happened?
Rory, you promised.
No, I didn't.
Sure.
But you have to explain.
No, not right now, okay? Look, you got to not talk about your...
Ella, just tell me when you're ready to explain that. I don't... That she's gonna have all the questions. Sorry, I might have made you jump there, but this is just a reminder that we don't take on any sponsors on this channel. So I'm sponsoring myself, and it is just a quick reminder that the Patreon page is linked down below in the description and pinned comment if you do want to join us over on there. You can get videos up to 10 weeks early and the uncut reactions to most shows that I do. You can even join for free if you want over on there, or you can join us for $2 a month by clicking the join button under this video, and you get exclusive badges, early uploads, and priority replies in the comments section. Appreciate you guys so much for watching. Now back to the video.
Tell us more about this racquetball.
Well, it's very simple. A forward room, a racket, and a rubber ball.
Get to the good part. What are the clothes like?
Can we wear cute outfits?
What are the clothes
Racquetball
like?
sounds great.
I'm in.
Okay.
Yeah, let's do that for the whole lap.
Well, you haven't seen my great top flick
Somewhat.
wrist.
Spin, probably
Spin.
spin
Okay,
thing.
go
Yeah,
home instead.
we'll go with that.
So much.
I miss you
Let's
too.
see, this
I've
is
only
London
been 2 minutes,
airport.
and I can already tell it sucks.
It does suck. I've heard that about London. You should just get on.
I love the stock plane sound effect. That was pretty cool.
So did you open my gift?
Of course.
What did you think?
I thought, wow.
Yeah, pretty cool, right?
Yeah.
So cool.
Oh, I'm glad you like it.
Like it. I love it.
Was it the wrong gift? I don't think that's meant to be what it was. Surely. No, it was meant to be something else. Surely.
Who gives someone a rocket?
I don't know. We'll figure it out, though. Rocket,
It's like
rocket,
prison.
rocket. Oh, hi. We're not done racquetballing. We got it for like an hour. Thanks, so.
You'd think they'd have like a sign up, so they've come here to just not play.
You would like to talk about Luke?
You know what? I'd rather racquetball.
Seriously?
Come on.
Oh, we are actually going to do it. Okay. That's it. Challenges. Okay. The first attempt.
You're not putting shaving cream on your eye.
No. Just getting rid of some of Luke's things.
Bloody hell. Broke up with him yesterday, slept with Christopher last night, getting rid of Luke's stuff the next day. Speed running this.
What, does this look like a soup kitchen?
Well, it's a little depressing, but
Isn't
no,
he
I'm
from
ready to go.
Shameless?
Oh, right, sorry. I wasn't trying to skip by or anything.
lost.
You look wonderful. If I'd had known that college was so good for the complexion, I might have cracked a book.
Oh, Lola, I
when
just
was
realised it
younger.
exists.
Oh, thanks.
Taylor's putting a camera on the traffic lights. Big Brother is watching.
Okay, everyone, thanks for coming. Now, as you know,
This better be the best thing ever. Here we go. Stood on his little box.
how to police our streets without an actual police force. Ladies and gentlemen, the Auto Patrol PR 100.
Oh my god, yeah, looks amazing, yeah.
Kirk will drive my classic 1964 Ford
He's gonna
Thunderbird.
cry. Is this gonna be Kirk's final scene?
Capture him in all his law-breaking glory.
So he's gonna break the law to prove a
I'm
point.
on it.
Alright, here we go. There are a crowd of people who are gonna die. Oh, yeah. Yep, and there we go, yep. Yep. Oh, for God's sake, man. That was way worse than I thought it was going to be. Everything that could have happened, I actually would have Rory just ran someone over.
Understood. The awesomeness of cars crashing into things, which is a long-winded way of saying
The flash was excessive, though.
into the side of Luke's. And nobody was hurt. Everything was fine. But the smash-up was unbelievable.
That'd be a way Lorelai would talk to Luke if Luke got ran over. Luke can sue, no?
Getting rid of Bop It? Oh, and a spatula.
Oh,
What?
bop it, no.
Oh.
You knew we were having problems, right? The whole April thing and postponing
Yeah,
the
but-
wedding, and finally I got tired of waiting for him.
Oh, can't be
I gave
arsed.
him an ultimatum. And he said no. So that's it.
I think the ultimatum during the first real conversation about it shouldn't really be hand in hand.
How about now?
Giant red spots. Nothing but giant red spots.
How's it look under there?
Maybe go to hospital, I don't know.
Well, I need to know now. I can't spend all day here. Either we move the car right now, or I take off, you leave it in here and wait for the insurance guys.
Oh, like Stars Hollow's so busy, mate.
Soothing.
Very.
Wow,
Zen.
yes.
Thoreau, Walden Pond.
Everything's gone.
Oh, I have an idea.
Huh?
Didn't he sit on that sofa once or twice?
I can't just go to London. Can I?
Why not? You two could have an amazing summer together.
gonna have a London
Pick up
episode.
the phone. Call him.
I need to do some more Googling.
Don't Gilmore Girls always do this where they have like an episode and then ep 2 or 3 is them travelling in Europe or Italy? Oh, the bedding reminds you. Yep. At least I haven't seen Christopher pop up first scene.
Hello.
Hey, how you doing?
Oh my god!
I'm just checking in. Had a really great time last night.
Does this actually work? How long does it take? If the cause of death is written within 40 seconds of writing the person's name, it will happen.
Was a booty call.
I'm just saying, I don't think it should happen again.
Oh,
It probably will, though.
okay.
Who was supposed to go into space for 40 years. But right before he left, he met this beautiful woman. But for those 40 years that he was going to be in space, he was going to be in suspended animation.
So she'd be 80, he'd be, yeah.
But she would be really old. So he goes into
Damn.
space, and when he does come back, the woman is still young and beautiful because she put herself in suspended animation to wait for him. But he's really, really old because he took himself out of suspended animation so he could be old with her.
Oof. Is that a real episode?
This is the most romantic gift I've ever been given. I mean, I have to call him.
Okay, so who was meant to send it? It was just there was some deep meaning we didn't know about.
It's my first day, so I'm trying to make a good impression.
So you're like dressed
And
and
I'm
everything?
definitely in London.
New shoes, even brushed my
Promise.
hair.
I can't wait to come see you, Logan. I can't wait.
I already got you a ticket.
You're kidding.
Oh,
I
did
got it
it
right
actually?
here. Tell your mom you're not going to be home for Christmas.
Christmas.
How far away is Christmas?
My first staff meeting, they're waiting me in.
Oh, okay. Good luck.
All right, thanks. Cheers.
Cheers.
What month are they in here? I don't know if they mentioned. I assume it's like Octoberish. Because they usually have the Christmas episodes towards the mid-season. Who's rolled up? Is Luke or Christopher? It's... Please be anyone but Christopher. No, I just got to tell him and then the app's going to end.
It's like my life isn't even real to me unless you're there and you're in it.
This is why we shouldn't have rushed anything.
And I
Lorelai.
don't know what I was waiting for, and I don't know what I was scared of, but I'm not. I'm not scared, and I'm not waiting. I'm here. Luke.
Oh, God. Here we go. Here we go.
I've also packed some camping
Yeah,
equipment so we
just
can
gotta
head
tell
to
him.
Vermont. Or
Oh.
Okay, I need to be faster. I need to move faster. I need to think faster. And, well, here I am.
Yeah.
It's over.
No, you can't say that. You can't just say that it's over.
I can't back Lorelai on this. Obviously.
Let's go. Let's
She's
do
going to
this.
say
Let's
she slept with
get
Christopher.
married right now.
And
Let's
that's
go.
where the app's going to end.
I slept with Christopher.
Damn. That stung just to hear. Damn. Oh, bro. That sucks. That sucks. I don't know why she did that. So annoying. Like, if she laid it all out early in the season, then gave the ultimatum a few eps later, and he still didn't know, and then broke up with them, and then slept with Christopher way down the line, then it's like, okay, still why, but okay. But yeah, going to sleep with him 2 seconds after breaking up with Luke. Bit mad. But yeah, there we go, guys. That is episode 1 of Gilmore Girls season 7. Pretty decent episode. A lot of it was just kind of Lorelai, like she told Suki, and that was really about it. I thought she was maybe going to tell Rory. Obviously told him about the breakup and not the Christopher thing. But obviously Rory's, you have to kind of be careful with that one as well. So Lorelai obviously feeling guilty about that throughout the whole episode, then telling Luke finally at the end. I did wonder if maybe they were going to wait a couple of episodes to tell him, but I'm glad they got it out of the way in episode 1. And now it's just a case of what do they do with the rest of the season now, because Luke's going to be pissed for a while. But then the decision is, does she try to make it work with Luke or just go to Christopher? And I feel like that... I'm leaning towards she'll probably go to Christopher, and that's why people don't like this season. Which would suck, but this aired in September as well, so going to the Rory storyline. Is it September and she's got to wait till Christmas to see him, so a couple of months. Where she was kind of ready to go to London straight away, basically. But yeah, the Logan Rory stuff was okay. You know, not the most interesting, but it was pretty good. And then Kirk crashing into Luke's diner was funny as well, so we did have an actual good Kirk. I mean, to say actual good, like he doesn't always have a good scene, but yeah, that was quite funny. So yeah, rating for the episode, I'd go... I don't know. It's either a high 6 or a 7. I'll probably go a 7. I think it was a good episode. I don't think there was anything incredible with this. That last scene was kind of brutal. But I think it was a good start to the season. I'm just curious kind of what they do now. Oh my god. I'm kind of worried and nervous, but we'll find out. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Leave a like if you enjoyed. Let me know what you thought of the episode down below in the comments, and I'll see you next time for episode 2. Until then, take care. Peace.